Hello, I'm Nicole Dreon. Prior to becoming a software engineer, I was a yoga and meditation instructor. When I was building the website for my yoga business, the template I chose wasn't exactly what I wanted, and that's when I discovered the magic of going into code to make changes. The very first thing I did was change the color of the text, and I was hooked. It was pure magic, which finds me here today. I'm passionate about self-development and growth. So I created a journaling application, Mindful Every Day, that visualizes trends from quantifiable data in users' journal entries. My app magnifies the power of journaling by allowing users to chart their growth and view correlations over time. The application was created using the Flask framework and styled using Bootstrap and CSS. All the forms connect to my database through the server. When a user clicks Submit, I send a post request to the server. For the login form, my server queries the database for the user. If the login credentials are invalid, I use Flask's flash message feature to notify the user. My registration form is displayed in a Bootstrap modal. I use regex in my HTML to ensure the user enters a valid phone number and alerts them otherwise. After posting the form data to my server and creating a new user record in my database, the server redirects the user to their profile page. To log out, a request is sent to the server to pop the user from the session and redirect to the home page. When signing in, users can see their past journal entries. To do this, my server makes a complex query that joins multiple tables using SQL Alchemy's relation attributes. The data is returned as a list of tuples. Next, I use Jinja to create a Bootstrap card for each tuple of data in HTML. The daily inspiration quote is being pulled from the Zen Quotes API using a GET request to the daily quote endpoint with the Python request library. To create an entry, select New Entry and choose Morning or Evening. Pre-populating the form with the current date was more challenging than I expected. I had to use Python's datetime library along with Jinja to get the correct date in just the right format to render in HTML. By combining a JavaScript event listener with an AJAX request, I was able to prevent users from creating duplicate journal entries. On the server side, I check the database to see if the journal entry for that date already exists. If it does, an alert is triggered on the front end to notify the user. Once a new entry is submitted, the information is added to the database and a new entry is rendered on the past entries page. Adding a new evening entry works exactly the same. And for my favorite part, the part that sets Mindful Every Day apart from other journaling applications, the analytics page. First, my JavaScript makes an AJAX request to the route on my server. The route queries the database for user data from the past week and assembles that data into a JSON string. Back on the front end, my JavaScript receives the JSON as a response and uses it to create a chart with the chart.js library. Users can turn on and off the lines on the graph to view correlations. To top it off, I wrote integration tests for my app using the Python unit test library to make sure my routes were working as designed. In the future, the app will have more analytics, including an option to view data in a chart for the month and for the year, to make it even easier for users to see trends. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn about my app today. I hope you find a peaceful moment for yourself today. And I must say, past Nicole would be very impressed with what present Nicole has created.